It's time for the Mike Norvell Show, presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Jack Turtle's Chicken, and by Mid-South Chevy Dealers.
Welcome in, everybody. Well, last night there was a lot of offensive production, but, Coach, a lot of mistakes, penalties, drops, and in the end, that defense against the run sort of did you in.
Yeah, a disappointing loss last night. I thought our guys, coming into it, I was really expecting a lot different outcome. I thought we had prepared well through the week, but we got in the game and made some critical mistakes. The penalties, drop passes, weren't executing our plan defensively in a sense to be able to stop the run. And give credit to Tulsa. They took advantage of our mistakes, and it was not a very good outcome.
This is a Tulsa team, folks, that does put a lot of points on a whole bunch of people. But I know number one thing you're going to have to shore up, based on the last couple of weeks, is the run defense. I'm sure there's things that you can do, and I know you've been injured. You've lost Sharif White, Michael Edwards, Dontrell Nelson wasn't able to play, but what do you do at this point?
For us, we just have to regroup. We got to rise up, and I know that on both sides, running the football and stopping the run is one of our keys each and every week. And for us to have the last couple where we're not able to do that, we've got to rise up as a forcing unit on both sides of the ball and go out there and get it right here this week.
Now, you are an offensive guy, and you've seen a lot of great players come and go in the college game. Have you ever seen a better performance than what Anthony Miller did last night? 12 catches, 250 yards, and a couple touchdowns.
I thought Anthony played at a high level. He made a lot of big plays. He had a really good week of preparation, his mindset, all his focus going into it, and then when he got the opportunity, he did a really nice job.
And your quarterback, Riley Ferguson, had some great moments in this game with passes that were on the money, but it was the old bugaboo of turnovers that did him in.
Yeah, that's something we've got to get corrected. You go into a game, you're playing a quality team, you can't turn the ball over 4 times. There are a couple of those that are necessarily not to place blame on anybody, but we've got to do a better job offensively as a whole of owning the football, and you can't do that in big games. I know we spotted them just about 14 to 21 points in just that regards. Turn the ball over inside the 10. Can't do that against a good team.
You're right. Some of those turnovers really were the weirdest plays. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. Coming up, you'll see all the highlights. If you like offensive big plays, you will like the highlights. You won't like some of the outcomes, though, I can promise you that. Also, the Mid-South Chevy Dealers Inside Access. It's all about facilities and how much better they have gotten at the University of Memphis. And finally, the AutoZone road ahead. It'll be in Dallas next week with bowl eligibility on the line. Stick around. The first half comes your way on the Mike Norvell Show.
Mike Norvell Show.
College football is a crazy game. Lots of upsets yesterday, and so you could anticipate anything that could happen. And we got a little bit of everything in this game. The thing about Tulsa last year, there was 108 total points scored, over 1,200 yards, and we had a great crowd. I think they anticipated another showdown. You deferred number 2 defense in the conference against the number 1 offense. They took the ball, and they come out swinging.
They did a nice job executing. We wanted to come out and try to get a stop there defensively early. We knew that this game was going to be a 4-quarter game. We wanted to have an opportunity to start with the ball there in the second half, and this is a critical play. We get third down stop, going to get off the field, and we get a personal foul penalty. That's something we cannot have, and we've got to get that corrected because right there we should have been off the field. Offense should have been on, but as a result, they go up 7-0 to begin the game.
And I know that was one of 12 penalties, and that was something you had trouble with in the beginning of the year, and I thought you had really cleaned that up a whole bunch coming into this game, but then things did not go your way. Here's a lot of pressure on the quarterback, who can buy himself a little bit of time, but not enough. And he was running for his life a lot in this game.
Yeah, there's obviously Riley got some pressure on him, and we got to do a better job of shoring up, giving him time. The first play of the game, we had an opportunity to hit the seam route down the middle. Weren't able to capitalize that. You gave them the ball back with a 3-and-out, and then they scored the touchdown. Came back offensively, big time catch on a third down by Phil Mayhew. Guy's been extremely solid, and then getting the ball out to Anthony Miller. Got to hold on to the ball there. Can't put the ball in jeopardy. but a great throw and catch there, and then getting the ball in the end zone. Really liked the response by the offense, making it a 14-7 game.
And there's the speedster Darrell Henderson, his third rushing touchdown this year. Right back in the game, a little bit of pressure, and good D.
Yeah, the great stop by the defense came out. Forced him to punt the ball. We get it back offensively. First play, that a miscommunication, missed assignment there, up front, and put us in a long yardage situation. And just trying to make sure that we're able to move the ball back off that goal line. Then the injury to Phil. We'll be able to get him evaluated here early this week, and hope for all the best with him. But had to kick the ball back to him, and their guys did a nice job of making plays. They got the ball out. Big play by the defense, forcing the takeaway, and we right here offensively we have to capitalize on this. We get the ball near midfield. We're not able to move the ball down and get points, and that's something that we got to get corrected. Here we have a wide open receiver, and we just miss on the connection.
Yeah, the pressure got to him a little bit. He stepped up. It wasn't there. They get the ball back. They're going to go to work, and they score. And they're a tough team. That's Kevin Lucas on that touchdown. He's one of the best receivers in the conference, and that was quite the nice combination. But right back you come, and you keep making this a one-score game, but you can never get over the hump.
Yeah, that was something that throughout the game, I always felt that we were right there at it, but we just there was a big touchdown reception to Anthony Miller, great throw and catch, nice protection for Riley.
Yeah,
and that was something that was big. And we just couldn't put this team. We could never put it all together to really get over that hump. We got the ball back offensively. You're in a situation where we have to go down and get some points, and then obviously the turnover there, giving them the ball there inside the 5-yard line is just something we can't have.
Now that was just tough. And again, when Riley was given the time, you saw the ball on the money. That time he's rushed. He gets hit as he throws, and there was not much he could do with that one. Unless he had felt the pressure and held it, and of course they take advantage. And there's Flanders, who had an amazing night with 5 touchdowns. That was the second or third of those, but the Tigers, they're going to come right back.
Yeah, a nice run by Darrell Henderson, be able to hit Daniel Montiel down the seam, another third down, nice throw and catch there, and then being able to get the ball back in the red zone, and really pleased here with Kadarian Jones. He was able to come in and replace Phil Mayhew with a big touchdown catch. His first touchdown catch for the freshman of his career. Got it back to a one-score game, and then Tulsa got the ball back, was able to march down for a touchdown. It was just throughout the game we just weren't able to get over the hump to keep it to where we could get it even, and but we still guys were out there battling, competing. Big time throw and catch by Anthony Miller to set up a field goal and getting points on the board, making it still getting to an 11-point game going into half. We knew we were getting the ball coming out of it. That was something big. I felt very confident what we'd be able to do. We just had to make those corrections.
Well, and I thought the nice thing, too, was that you score last to get that mo, which you have done so often this year. 230 passing yards, but only 40 on the ground, and they really did carve you up with 183 rushing yards in the first half. But you know what? I've come to know you. You make these great adjustments at the half.
Yeah, it was something that we went in. We had to just settle down. We made some mistakes, had some penalties. Just really kind of stubbed our toe quite a bit there in the first half. And we just needed to settle down and go out there and play. And I was very, very confident what we would do. I knew the defense would be able to make some adjustments, and we just had to go out there and calm down and go make those plays.
And the Tigers do get the ball to start the second half. We'll see those highlights in just a minute on the Mike Norvell Show.
You're watching the Mike Norvell Show.
It is an 11-point game at the half. Momentum goes to Memphis, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. And there's a pretty good crowd on hand, and they're expecting to see this great offense that you see in the second. That one won't disappoint. It's the D here. You were as animated on the sidelines as I have ever seen you. What was your message at the half?
Just wanted to get a spark and to really try to eliminate the self-inflicted issues that we were having. Whether it's drop passes, penalties, turning the ball over. That's something that when you're playing in a big game you can't have. And we're just trying to provide that spark. Our guys came out right after the first drive of the second half. We needed it. We needed a big drive and a big run there by Patrick Taylor, getting the ball down near the end zone. Had a missed opportunity here. Freshman Sean Dykes. I know he's going to make that catch. Just got to watch it in. But then coming back on the third down, nice connection with Riley and Anthony Miller to get the score to under a one-score game. We ended up going for a 2-point conversion. Thought we'd have it there on the perimeter, but wanted to make it just a field goal. But they did a nice job of defending. Yeah,
but the Mid-South Chevy Dealers drive of the game provides this now down to a one-score game. Got to play some D, and Evans. Look at that. Pretty good poise there, and there he finds Kevin Lucas, and that kid is good. That combination is good. This Evans has thrown for over 10,000 yards in his career, and look at how fortunate they are there. It looks like he's out of bounds. I'm still not convinced that was a good catch, but they went through it, and they give it to him, and they get new life.
Yeah, that was something that there's a lot of bang-bang plays in the game last night, and we got to control what we can control. Defense did a good job, holding them to a field goal there. So still a one-score game, and we get the ball back, and we're starting to move down the field. But here's some of those self-inflicted issues that we had. Third down and medium situation, wide open receiver. We got to be able to throw and catch there, because we go down and score there. Now the game's tied up.
Now that wouldn't have been a touchdown, but he would have had the ball at about the 40 at least of Tulsa. Instead, the momentum switches, and here they come. There's a good defensive play.
Yeah, Arthur Millett has played at an extremely high level all year, and here was a nice third down stop by the defense. They went and responded and had a great answer. We get the ball back, start moving it back down the field. We just had to put it all together, and that's something that we get another second down opportunity, another drop pass. Those are things that you cannot have in big games, and they kept showing up. We got a little bit of pressure on Riley, there on the right side, and forced us into putting the football, gave them good field position, and they responded with the big touchdown run.
And this is the big play, and that kid Flanders is really, really good. 33 carries, 250 yards, 5 touchdowns, and now they build a lead. And this is the big critical juncture. You've almost got to score here. Anthony Miller again with a great catch. And this one's just a little too far for Miller, but there it is. He was interfered with, so you're still alive.
Yeah, and then obviously here's another good decent run there, but the penalty that sets us back. And it seems like every time we had something going well, penalties there showed up and hurt us. And back-to-back penalties put us in a longer yardage situation. I thought Riley did a nice job of stepping up there, and it was nice throw and catch for Anthony, to Riley for Anthony to let us go for it on fourth down, and nice conversion once again. Kadarian Jones stepping up as a redshirt freshman, first extensive playing time, and we get a little bit of momentum. We're starting to move the ball down the field, feeling very confident what we're doing, and then we just have a missed assignment. Poor ball security there by the quarterback, and critical turnover. That was, I thought, one of the huge plays in the game.
That was. It was almost like a behind-the-back basketball pass. He just lost control. That, by the way, was a kid from White Station, Petro Wilson, who made the play or got the gift, and then there's Flanders finishing it. Now, all of a sudden, it's a big hole.
Yeah, and this is something that we can't have those situations. We're giving them, giving the ball, turning the ball over, getting it to them inside their 10-yard line, allowing them to get points. And even then, we responded back, moved the ball back down the field, and still felt that we could score and work to make it a game. But then we turn the ball over inside the 10. And like I said, playing good team, big games. You can't do that if you want to have a chance to be successful.
You look at the passing numbers, and Riley Ferguson minus the turnovers was sensational. Miller obviously was great. Those 4 turnovers, they really kill you. And so does that rushing yardage by Tulsa. There's the numbers on Ferguson. Those 2 interceptions, the weird fumble, that was tough. There's That's a record, folks. 12 receptions, 250 yards, 2 TDs, the most ever by a Tiger receiver. And the bad news on the penalties, 12 of them for 115 yards, and that definitely, Coach, played a role in this game.
It did, and that's something that we've got to get corrected. And the only way I know how to get it corrected is go back to work. We've got to make sure that our focus and our discipline is what shows up, because each and every week, I don't care who you're playing, you turn the ball over 4 times, you have over 100 yards of penalties, and you don't stop the run, you're not going to win.
You're not going to win the football game, no doubt about it. Things are looking up facilities-wise. That's where we go with Inside Access. That's next.
You're watching The Mike Norvell Show.
Everywhere you look in college football, good programs are upgrading their facilities. Memphis is no exception. And let me tell you, the players, they appreciate it.
We definitely came a long way with the facility and everything. I remember when I came on my visit, I just seen how the locker room was. I was like, what's going on? But then now we just came, like, it looks amazing, from the TVs on the ceiling to the locker rooms, just everything being just brand new and everything like that. So we definitely appreciate how far we came.
The facility is wonderful. I mean, it's very important. I mean, you want to have a great facility. It brings in recruits. It's just something that you can feel like you're at home with also, you know what I'm saying? So the facility is very important.
They're very important. We got great trainers that keeps our body healthy. We got great weight room that, get bigger, stronger, faster. And then locker room, everybody loves the locker room, so you get to sit down and chill and hang out in there.
I came into him. Coach Fuente used to talk about how bad it used to be in the transition we take from donations from D'Angelo as well as others. So, that is important, because that's the Tiger family coming back and giving back, and it inspires you to make it to do the same.
It's huge, we want it. We're here so much, you want it to be like home. And this is just like a state-of-the-art home now. They're building the indoor here shortly, so it's just got a great home feeling. It's just very nice, and it's a great place to be.
With this indoor about to be built, that's going to add a lot of value to this place as well, in recruiting and getting people to come here. I mean, these facilities are very nice. When I got here, I was actually really impressed with the facilities. I like the layout of the fields and the field house as well, and the weight room. I mean, everything around here is just really nice. And I mean, it's important for us to, respect how much work has been put into this and actually take care of it.
Coach, you throw in the recruiting room that you brought, and you've really gotten it even better.
Well, obviously for us, everything's about moving forward and helping provide the resources necessary to develop our student athletes and put them in a position to grow in every area. And we have some great facilities now, but really the outlook of the future and where we're going, that's something that's key to our program.
And wait till that indoor facility comes very, very soon. Back in a minute. We've got the AutoZone road ahead.
You're watching The Mike Norvell Show.
The AutoZone road ahead, Dallas, Texas, right next to the Bush Library Ford Field, the SMU Mustangs. And, Coach, they are due and improved.
Yeah, they're coming off 2 big wins. Obviously had a big win against Houston a couple weeks ago, and then followed up with a road win against Tulane, last night. But for us, our big focus has got to be ourselves, and we got to rise up. We got to have an opportunity to come back and clean up the mistakes that we've made, and we got a lot to play for. We've got bowl eligibility coming up this week, and we got to go get this win on the road.
Yeah, and like offense, these guys throw the ball all over the place. We'll see you next week right back here. Hopefully we'll be talking bowl. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you for watching The Mike Norvell Show, presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The show is supported by the Tennessee Lottery, Jack Turtle's Chicken, and by the Mid-South Chevy dealers.